Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Rich here on behalf of Rich TV Live, and I have a very special pick to talk to you guys about today. So, yesterday I was lucky enough to speak to the CEO of Citation Growth Corp. CGRO is the symbol, and I was very impressed. I was impressed with everything I saw, and over the last few days, the stock has really had a huge run. As you could see here on Tuesday, it was at 28.5 cents. It is now at 44 cents. Citation Growth Corp CGRO. So let's get right into it. So they are building a premier multi-state operator. The symbol in Canada is CGRO. The symbol in America is CGOTF. I'm not going to go through their disclaimer. Now, one of the things that I really liked about this company when I first saw them is that they actually are the only U.S. company with triple organic certified flour. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. So the only U.S. company with triple organic certified flour. An innovative approach to redefine high quality cannabis, industrial scale. The exceptional license capacity currently underdeveloped by Citation is anticipated to provide the necessary scale to achieve industry low costs. Genetics specialists. Citation boasts a team of cannabis geneticists renowned for their flavorful, award-winning portfolio of cannabis cultivators. Multi-state operator. Citation management has targeted select legal cannabis jurisdictions where it believes it can effectively scale to become a dominant presence. Proprietary cultivation. Company experts have developed proprietary cultivation technology that Citation plans to implement throughout all corporate grow facilities. You know, when I spoke to the CEO yesterday, I said, do you guys have any competitors? Are you guys worried about competition? And they said no. And I said, why? He said, because we're unique. And I said, I like that. I really like that. Trusted products. All Citation branding is intended to be associated with safe, organic cannabis products that consumers know they can trust. Citation plans to combine specialists in the field of cannabis cultivation and agronomics with the goal of producing craft quality cannabis at industrial volumes. So obviously their goal is to build a cannabis powerhouse. Citation Growth Corp premium growers, industrial scale, the premium organic producers, proprietary cultivation techniques, experienced capital markets team. That's huge. Citation continues to explore growth opportunities across a diverse range of legal North American jurisdictions with a strong focus on commitment on enhancing M&A activity, first mover advantage, premier genetics. ACC has held a Nevada cultivation license since 2014, avoiding the moratorium of new license imposed by the state of Nevada between September 2017 and November 2018. Premium quality, premium scale. ACC's Las Vegas cultivation facility, anticipated to reach 248,600 square feet once all phases are complete, is estimated to be capable of producing up to 22,000 kgs of dried premium cannabis per year. Award-winning brand portfolio. ACC believes it sets the industry standard for potency, aroma, and terpene profile with 3 flagship brands and a broad portfolio of high-demand products. A transformational partnership. ACC's infrastructure combined with Citation's drive toward multi-state operations, MSOs, provide a clear signal that a premium North American cannabis company is on the horizon. And once again, I'm going to show you guys the stock. Up 10% today. It was up 26% yesterday. Let's take a look at the share info. I think it's very important for you guys to understand the share structure. One of the reasons why I really like this stock. Look at the share structure. Share structure is impressive. 61 million total shares. Tight float. That's why you see the stock is moving up. When you see stocks with tight floats, they always have a better chance of moving up. Every single time. Every single time. Citation growth. Corporation, and you can see the warrants. Let's take a look at the warrants. Wow, the warrants are at a penny. The warrants are at a penny with no volume. So literally nobody knows about this. Let's take a look up here for a second. Go back to the symbol in America. Let's see if there's any volume in America. So the symbol is CGOTF. Citation Growth Corp. Let's take a look on bar chart and see. Oh, wow, they're up 17% in America today. 17% in America today, despite the fact that bar chart is giving them a 56% sell. So clearly bar chart is a little behind here. Now, they are up 99% in the last month. Incredible. 99% in the last 3 months and 105% since June 12th of this year. Citation Growth Corp. So you probably never heard of this before. I do take a lot of pride in bringing you guys stocks first. A lot of you guys are bringing me new picks every day. Thank you guys for that. I appreciate that. I will try to get to all those picks. Yesterday I brought you guys Delta 9. I really like that company. I think they have huge upside and huge potential. This is another company that I think has huge upside, huge potential. I actually got an opportunity to interview the CEO yesterday. I was very impressed with what I had to hear from him. Stay tuned to that video coming out probably sometime next week. So you could see here a global pioneer in cannabis, pairing Parumps Premier Seed genetics with Citation's organic growing techniques to establish an elite multi-state operator MSO. Synergistic expertise, large concentrated assets, access to near-term production, enhanced capital market profile, and additional pipeline of transactions. So these guys are making moves. The company has successfully completed multiple harvests from its Nevada-based cultivation facility and is anticipated to begin realizing near-term cash flows by the second half of 2019. So take a look at some of the locations. You guys can see Las Vegas. I think Las Vegas has got to be one of the best markets in the world for cannabis. I mean, what, the number one market, the number one city in America for tourism globally? And those people are going to want to try out the weed, of course. So, yeah, I think that that's a perfect spot to have a cannabis business. And I think that they are going to have always an influx of new investors, new tourists, locals that are going to be buying their products. So I think it's a great place to be located. You could see that they are in quite a few locations, including Chase, BC, here in Canada, in Vancouver, Celesta, BC, they're in California, Linden. So you can see that they are strategically located all over North America. So I actually spoke to Howard yesterday, the Chief Executive Officer. Previously founded and grew American Metals Group to a peak of 700 employees and US $120 million in revenue before being acquired in 2011. Previously owned and operated a medical cultivation and retail business for 14 years. So this is someone who clearly has a lot of experience, and this is a company that nobody really even knows about. So they're just getting started, which I'm really impressed with. considering they're just getting started. And he's the chief executive officer. Rahim Mohammed is the president. Mr. Mohammed has a comprehensive background in the development and execution of successful strategic communication plans, high impact communication initiatives, and effective operational processes for the rapid delivery of corporate alignment and improvements, has extensive exposure to cross-cultural dynamics and international business. Kurt Keating is the director of operations, extensive experience as a system implementation and cannabis expert. Previously owned company, was a 2-time Cannabis Cup winner. That is big. So he clearly knows how to grow good cannabis. In order to be a Cannabis Cup winner, you got to be the best. Recently led system implementation, reporting, and data warehouse logistics efforts while consulting for Microsoft, Holland America Cruise Lines, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Wow. Previously served as a consultant for KPMG, Bearing Point. Nilda Rivera, Chief Financial Officer, has over 20 years of experience in accounting, financial reporting, and corporate governance, mainly with public companies in the resources, technology, and cannabis sectors. Formerly VP of Finance and Corporate Secretary of Aurora Cannabis. Interesting. And prior to joining Aurora, has been CFO and Corporate Secretary of TSX and TSX Venture Companies. Interesting. Very interesting. So North Las Vegas, Nevada, 3 phases of growth: cultivation, processing, and distribution. Phase 1, total revenue $5 million. Phase 2, total revenue $58 million. And phase 3, total revenue of $179 million. Net profit before tax $44,778,000. Wow. This is big. Cultivation. On completion of all 3 phases, the company's cultivation area is anticipated to be 275,000 square feet, capable of producing up to 23,000 kgs of high-end organic flower. Third-party testing has indicated no mites, mold, or other impurities, demonstrating Citation's attention to quality control, and that is key. Beginning May 2019, Phase 1 operations successfully harvested and delivered wholesale flower to multiple retailers in the Nevada market. Processing. Citation extraction room is currently in its final construction phases, expected to be operational July 2019. So it's now currently operational. Citation intends to extract concentrates from its harvest to produce high margin products such as concentrates, distillates, and edibles. Huge. And remember, these guys are going to be working in Canada where edibles are going to be legalized. And I believe they already are in America, because in certain markets in America, you can pretty much do whatever you want. Total processing area is estimated to be 16,000 square feet, capable of producing up to $80 million in sales of high margin products once all 3 phases are complete. Distribution. Citation has secured its distribution and sales license from the Nevada Department of Taxation. Citation has identified 2 wholesale partnerships totaling 5 dispensaries locations for all take agreements of its entire premium flower supply. Total revenues, once all phases have been completed and optimized, are anticipated to yield up to approximately $242 million annually. That's big. North Las Vegas, Nevada, Phase 1 is now complete. Citation has completed 2 buildings totaling 10,000 square feet. Plants are currently in the cultivation stage. In development, engineering, drawings, and plans are complete for the 65,000 square foot project, and the company has appointed a general contractor. In planning, Citation is proposing to complete Phase 3 with an additional 200,000 square feet for an approximate total footprint of 275,000 square feet. 7.2 acres, 275,000 square feet of cultivation, and 16,000 square feet of processing. Pahrump, Nevada. Data-driven cultivation and production build out phase 1. Building A to C of the Pahrump, Nevada Business Park are currently under construction and are estimated to be completed in Q1 2020. Total revenue for phase 1 is anticipated to be $24 million. Phase 2, buildings D is currently under LOI to add 11,000 square feet to the Pahrump assets once acquired. Phase 2 total revenue is $9.7 million. Net profit before tax $2.4 million, and net profit before tax for phase 1 is $6 million. Phase 3, buildings E to G are optionable land to be constructed when Nevada cultivation demand permits, adding an additional 195,000 square feet. We're talking about total revenue of $79 million and estimated sales $79 million and net profit before tax of $19.9 million. Genetics experts. ACC uses cutting-edge technology and superior weed genetics to create a portfolio of award-winning products. Additional licensed location. Cultivation facilities is located on 2.5 acres of pre-zoned land with an anticipated annual capacity of up to 22,000 kgs per year once all 7 buildings become operational. Operating business unit. ACC's successfully operated the first of 7 buildings to produce unaudited 2018 revenue of US $7.9 million, gross margin of 57%, and adjusted EBITDA of $1 million. 3 proprietary brands, 248,600 licensed cultivation capacity, that's big, and revenue at full capacity of 113 million USD. Wow, these are some big facilities. California, retail dispensary, elite cultivation and partnership opportunities. Desert Hot Springs, located in Coachella Valley. I think that's where IG&G is located. Is home to the famous Coachella Music Festival. I love that. I've never been there, but I've only heard good things and seen lots of videos. I had a lot of friends that go there every year. Attracting an estimated 600,000 tourists each year. Wow, that's big. Located within 4 miles of Citation's planned cultivation expansion. Wow, that close to Coachella? That's big. Revenue currently approximates US $100,000 a month, with the opportunity for cultivation on premises for additional revenue streams. Cultivation expansion. Final engineering plans have been completed, and the build-out of a combined 50,000 square feet of cultivation capacity will begin in 6 to 8 weeks, pending full municipal approval. Now let's just quickly take a look at the stock and see how it's doing. Well, we know that the warrants nobody knows about. They're at a penny. CGRO. Let's see how it's doing while we're live. See if there's any movement. Yeah, so the volume is growing. It was at 91,000 shares when we first were live. It's up 10% today. It was up 26% yesterday. It's now traded 115,000 shares. And if we look at the American side and we update this in America, CGOTF in America is up 17% in America and traded 67,000 shares. So there's not a lot of people that know about this stock. And that's why we're talking about it. Because I like to bring to you guys the winners first before anybody else on the planet. Before anybody else can say that they brought this to you first, I want to bring it to you first. Cultivation expansion. Property, 1.25 acre property, conditionally permitted for 20,664 square feet of cultivation space in Desert Hot Springs. Property number 2, 1.22 acre property, conditionally permitted for 29,000 square feet of cultivation, 2,000 square feet processing space in Desert Hot Springs. California economics metrics, estimated property, cultivation sales 1.25 acres, value of 4.2 million, estimated property number 2, value of 12.4 million. 16 million in real estate. Estimated dispensary sales of 1.2 million, and they have a 49% ownership. Interesting. So they must have a joint venture with somebody who wants to be their partner. Total revenue is anticipated to be 17.2 million. Estimated cultivation margin of 40%. Estimated dispensary margin of 36%. Washington. Advanced vertical growing solutions. Cannabis zoned. Citation has completed the purchase of 13.8 acres of Washington cannabis zoned property. Third-party license. The Linden, Washington facility currently hosts a third-party unlimited processing license for up to 30,000 square feet and a 28,000 square foot cultivation facility. So you guys can see the pictures of the facilities there. Looks like a huge warehouse. Appraisal. As of July 2018, the appraised value was US 4.05 million. Today, the current estimates place the value of the property near US 5.25 million. And this is what they're doing in Canada, British Columbia. Welcome to British Columbia, the home of cannabis everywhere. Celista, BC, near-term production. Citation's 40-acre Celista property is a late-stage Cannabis Act license applicant, having begun its application in October 2018, with construction of its first 10,000 square foot building nearing completion. Citation anticipates it will begin realizing cash flows from this facility in the near term. Industrial capacity. Upon completion, the construction of all 10 by 10,000 square foot buildings. Wow, they're building 10. See, this is what I like. I do not like it when these companies want to build in these massive 1 million square foot facilities. Because from what I hear from people that are growers, I've never grown, but from what I hear from people that are growers, it's very difficult to grow in these massive facilities. I like the idea of growing in small, contained facilities. Because if something goes wrong, you're not going to lose your entire crop. You're not going to lose millions of dollars worth of crops. It can be contained. It can be dealt with easier and better. Growing cannabis is literally a science. And the people that grow cannabis, they treat it like growing vegetables, plants, fruits. It takes love. It takes water. It takes light. It takes nutrients. It takes a lot of time, and it takes expertise. I like what they're doing, trying to have a lot of facilities that are contained facilities in a lot of different growing markets that are legal and licensed to grow. I like what these guys are doing. I think these guys are doing it the right way. I really do. With construction of its first 10 facilities near completion, Citation Management estimates that the Celista facilities will yield a total annual capacity of approximately 19,000 kgs for production of an anticipated US 74.5 million in gross revenue per year. You start adding up all of these facilities and the revenue growth is spectacular. Proprietary growing techniques. By employing a cogeneration power system, sonic technology, and proprietary lighting systems, company management anticipates margins of approximately 50% and industry-low operating costs while producing cannabis of only the highest quality. Celista analysis, 100,000 square feet, 10 facilities, 10,000 square feet each. Number of lights, 150. 3 rooms of 50 lights each. Yield, 4 lights. Crops, 6 crops a year. Wholesale rate, 2,070. Estimating $4.45 a gram. Estimated sales, which is very realistic. Estimated sales of 7.4 million. No extract sales currently forecasted. Net profit before tax 2.9 million. Estimated margin of 40%. Total revenue 74.5 million. Total EBITDA of 29.8 million. It's pretty substantial. Chase, BC. Strategic partnership. Citation has entered into a strategic partnership to license and construct a 486,000 square foot cultivation and processing facility capable of producing up to 92,000 kgs of dried flower annually, which can be processed into high margin concentrates, estimated to produce up to 341.4 million in annual revenue. Whoa, like, are these guys going to make $1 billion? These guys, when you start adding up all of these facilities, we're talking some ridiculous revenue growth. License acquisition. Citation has recently entered into a share exchange agreement to acquire a late-stage cannabis license applicant whose license application will subsequently be transferred to the Chase property, allowing the company to expedite the often drawn-out and expensive process of license approval. Near-term construction. I think that's genius. They're just acquiring other licenses. Construction on the Chase facility is set to begin in Q2 2019, situated on the Trans-Canada Highway. With access to multiple freshwater sources, the proposed facility is ideally situated for transport and benefit from operationally favorable natural resource support. And that's why so much cannabis is grown in Canada, and specifically Vancouver, because Vancouver is known for its fresh water supply, fresh air, and it is the most, well, it's the only market in Canada and the only province in Canada that doesn't get freezing weather. And if it does, it's only typically for a short period of time. So we don't really go below zero for much of the year, and it's really the only market in Canada that can say that. Everywhere else in Canada gets a lot of snow, gets a lot of freezing temperatures, minus 20, minus 30, minus 40, where it becomes very difficult to have outdoor grows. It becomes difficult to grow properly. Vancouver is the perfect climate to grow. That's why Vancouver is kind of like the Amsterdam of Canada and a great place to grow cannabis, and why historically Vancouver has always been the heart of cannabis in Canada. Financial outlook, consolidated pro forma. So 61,969,000 shares issued outstanding. Shares issued to ACC group of companies, 35 million. So a pro forma consolidated capitalization of 96,969,000 shares. Dilutive securities outstanding, ACC noteholder warrant consideration, 11,500,000 shares. Restricted stock units, RSUs, 5.7 million, and warrants, 16,671,000. Finder's warrants of only 60,000. Options, 5.7 million, and convertible debenture of 1.1 million. Pro forma fully diluted capitalization of 137,728,409 total shares fully diluted. Milestones. The parties have agreed that upon meeting certain milestones tied to Nevada and Canadian operations, a management incentive plan will allow for the issue of up to US 10 million in common shares of the company, subject to the policies of the CSE. That's good. So they got some milestones for themselves based on performance, which I like that. CSE is the Canadian Securities Exchange. Citation Growth Corp Partnership Summary. Build an elite management team of cannabis and capital markets experts. Establish operations across multiple North American legal jurisdictions. Develop strategic partnerships with multiple license holders to achieve significant scale. Identify and execute an accredited transaction with ACC Group. Citation Value Catalysts. Catalyst number 1. Complete business combination with ACC to establish up to 156,000 kgs of license capacity. Catalyst number 2. Leverage robust marketing and brand platform to redefine premium cannabis across legal markets. Catalyst number 3. Pursue additional growth opportunities across legal markets through organic growth and acquisition. These are the symbols: CGRO in Canada, CGRO.WT for the warrants, which are at a penny, and OTCQX CGOTF. The warrants might be interesting because I don't see anybody buying them. They're at a penny, and I don't think anybody knows. So if you buy them, you may be the first. Just saying. Just saying. Remember, Rich TV Live is strictly for education and entertainment purposes. Always do your due diligence. Always do your research before you invest in anything that we talk about here on Rich TV Live. Always invest in the best because the best is blessed. Now you could see that there has been a little bit of selling here, and now they are up 7.5% and traded 115,000 shares today in the Canadian exchange. And if we look in America, we can see that they are still up 17%. They have now traded a little bit more volume. They're at 68,000 shares of volume in America, CGOTF in America, CGRO in Canada. Now let's take a look at the company brochure. That looks like some nice cannabis. Interesting. Let me just read this. So Citation Chief Executive Officer Howard Misley reports that so far the acquisition of ACC has been a long process with a lot of moving pieces, but was completed August 6, 2019, not very long ago, and has been largely positive so far. Citation is underway with integrating new management and implementing a plan to bring all the assets online and into full production. That will be epic. I love these American MSOs, but these guys are also working in Canada. So I love the fact that they're working in the two biggest markets right now for cannabis that are growing, that will be legal. There are now a tremendous amount of great assets within the company, Misley notes, and Citation will be able to maximize this to get a strong position and acquire more assets in the future as part of the company's greater goal within the nascent cannabis industry. Among the company's revised roster of brands, Gardens of Whedon is one of the premier names in Nevada. The brand uses ACC's genetics to create a sustainable cannabis product of high quality and low cost. The product is in line with our only in Nevada, but are selling out well and are primed for expansion soon. And let's see here. So this is called Blunt Box, BB. Blunt Box is another name cited by Misley, described as a unique way of distributing marijuana flower rolled cigarettes within a high-end package, marketed towards the traditional cannabis customer. Information about Blunt Box can be found at 3lunt3ox.com. Citation has also developed a brand called Superior for its high-end boutique production items, specifically for those within the Las Vegas market. Citation has even used its resources to move into different market sectors, such as its line of skincare products under the Pure Cloud 9 name. The range uses a proprietary blend of organic cold-pressed hemp seed oil with botanical and exotic essential oils. These well-priced, cruelty-free products extend from serums to exfoliators. So these guys have a lot of products and a lot of brands. So this is where they talk about triple organic certified brand. These three brands are now available from the ACC merger, but the company also sports the homegrown Fiore triple organic certified brand in its portfolio. This Enviro Organic Form certification verifies that cultivation settings use the best eco-friendly practices, are committed to social justice, and complete annual site inspections and routine sampling for every crop. Additionally, Citation's North Las Vegas facility, home to the Fiore brand, also has 2 additional certifications, the Certified Kind Program and Clean Green certifications. The Certified Kind program demonstrates Citation's ability to yield quality cannabis using organic farming procedures. Certified kind holds cultivators, processors, and distributors accountable for maintaining the highest industry standards and provides consumers with the highest grade natural products. Clean Green Certified is a nationwide platform regulating organic legal cannabis. By having the Clean Green certification, it shows that Citation uses sustainable and organic-based operations, producing it naturally and responsible. Very, very interesting. Citation's North Las Vegas triple organic certified cultivation and production facility is anticipated to become one of the largest producers within the state. This is why when I spoke to Misley and asked him about his competitors, he pretty much said that he didn't have any. And I was impressed with that. Misley explains that the difference in brands are due to multiple products being active within the company and because of the unique availability with the production license in Nevada. However, with the tremendous amount of cultivated product being produced per month, the company can utilize its production license and get both more brand awareness and stronger hold in the marketplace. There are certain places in the world where the market is much more established, which Misley hopes will be the inspiration for companies like Citation Growth going forward. Because of the ACC acquisition, Citation Growth Corp now claims Las Vegas. Look at the products, guys. This is the products. This is the think tank automation built by the grower for the grower. Here's some photos of some of their grows. Paramount locations within Nevada for its production facilities, along with further properties in Washington and California, are 2 sites under construction in British Columbia, Canada. He believes the amount of business over the next 2 decades will expand and the industry will go through major changes, with the hope that the U.S. federal government will be more lenient, which will change how the industry is perceived. Misley predicts that cannabis will eventually end up being a worldwide business, as there is news every day about a new country or state becoming viable for the cannabis industry. Areas of the world like South and Central America, Germany, just to name a few, and Israel may be part of this new movement forward for more international cannabis industry. Currently, Citation Growth Corp boasts assets in locations like California, Washington State, Nevada, and Canada, and wants to expand those assets to their fullest capabilities for cultivation and production. Misley notes that the company is trying to obtain a dispensary license in Nevada and already possesses one in California, with a more long-term goal to become completely integrated entity, which will depend on availability, timing, and money. He identified Citation as the premier grower in the United States, selling out of product every month and harvesting every 3 days. Wow. And the goal is to bring successful systems to the entire group. Citation North in Las Vegas, triple organic certified cultivation and production facilities, is anticipated to become one of the largest producers within the state once the 2 remaining construction phases are complete. Wow. And it's still so cheap. And really, nobody really knows yet. I mean, look at the volume. Nothing. The volume is just, it's nothing. The company Citation has used its resources to move into different market sectors, such as its line of skincare products under the Pure Cloud 9 name. The company has also been approved for a 586,000 square foot expansion in its main Canadian locations in British Columbia, which is part of a joint venture to develop a 486,000 square foot licensed cultivation facility in the province. The development will also involve construction buildings totaling 100,000 square feet of cultivation and processing space, of which the first 20,000 square feet is under construction. The company has projected the cultivation, along with the acquisition of dispensaries and the completion and optimization of all phases of growth, will push the company's total revenues in Nevada to over $550 million annually for that location alone. This is going to be a billion-dollar company, folks. They're at 40 cents in Canada, 30 cents in America, and we're talking about a billion-dollar company. Wow. Mistley affirms that the company is built on a good foundation of cultivation, and while other companies will enter the cannabis marketplace already announcing revenue projections to boost image, cultivation is the key to business, and along with our production license, it will help us reach our revenue goals. He and the entire Citation team are very excited about the future and hopeful that people within the industry and customers will watch the company grow as time goes on. Take a look at some of the facilities, some of the product. Those are some nice looking buds. Some nice looking buds. Maybe I'll be able to do a tour of their facilities. Maybe I'll be able to do a tour of their facilities considering they're in Vancouver. Wow. So, love to know what you guys think. What do you guys think about Citation Growth Corp? I'm sure you've never heard of it before. No one's ever talked about it before. I'm probably the first. Let's get into some of your guys' messages. If you guys haven't smashed the like button, please smash the like button. We're live on a Friday talking about another company that is green and has enormous upside, a chance to be a billion-dollar revenue company. And they still are trading at 33 cents in America. Let's refresh this and make sure we're updated as much as possible. Infinite Possibility says, I'm putting these guys on my watch list. Yeah, I think they're going to be big, man. I think they're going to be big. So as you can see, 33 cents, up 17% in America, and in Canada at 43 cents. And they've been up. They were up 26% yesterday. Oh, up now 10% again, and 120,000 shares now in Canada. So they are up 36% in the last 2 days alone. Infinite Possibility says that weed looks good. Reefer Al Joint says Dow is 95 points away from historic highs. And this is why I need everyone to realize that in the cannabis sector, there's really no need to panic. There's no need to panic because the entire broader markets are at all-time highs. And the only reason why the cannabis stocks are going down is that the majority of these cannabis stocks were overvalued, overpriced, overexposed. And they needed to come down so that the revenue could grow and the normal investors on the street, on Wall Street, on Bay Street specifically, can actually look at these companies based on real EBITDA, real profit, real revenues, and determine where they should trade. Everything's been trading based on hype, future growth, future prospects. Nothing's really been trading based on real fundamentals. So they needed to come down to get to a real place where real investors could start positioning themselves. I still think they're going to come lower, especially companies like Canopy Growth Corp that are showing $1.2 billion in paper losses. Now, yeah, it's a paper loss, but at the end of the day, the shorters, the market makers, they're going to say it's a loss. If you want to trade at a higher price, Canopy Growth, you need to show profit. And you need to show it soon. Aurora Cannabis is under the same pressure. If a company wants to grow, they're going to have to show profitability. That's where we're at in the cannabis sector, which as an investor, as far as I'm concerned, is actually a very good thing because we're not going to have these crazy highs and lows as much in the future. Eventually, you're just going to see these companies grow based on real fundamentals and real revenue growth. At the end of the day, these companies have unbelievable revenue growth potential and real products and real sales. That's why I would rather buy green gold than gold any day because gold companies take your money and put it in the ground and dig and try to find gold. These cannabis companies are actually selling a product. They're not looking for a product in the ground that they have to find. They actually have a product that they're selling that everybody wants because everybody's already buying weed and they're going to keep buying weed. They ain't going to stop. And the companies that have the best weed at the lowest prices, like Citation Growth Corp, potentially saying they believe they're going to be, and they're already selling out, are going to be huge successes. And based on all of their facilities, they have a chance to be a billion-dollar company. And for you as an investor to get into a stock that could be making $1 billion a year in revenue, and it's at 40 cents, in my opinion, that's an opportunity of a lifetime. Eno Hera says, what is the difference between common shares and warrants? Warrants are issued to consultants, insiders, directors as an incentive. And typically they're like, if you do this, you get that. That's how warrants are set up. So for example, if this company's at 44 cents, the company could say, okay, if you work for our company, we'll give you X amount of warrants exercisable at 70 cents. So when the stock goes to 70 cents, you have the opportunity, or higher, you have the opportunity to then sell those warrants, exercise them, and pull out the cash. Now, when you're buying warrants for a company, what you're doing is you're actually putting that money back into the company treasury. So you're actually supporting the company's financials. You're actually helping them put money into the company treasury. When you're buying common stock, you're buying stock from the public. You could be buying stock from anyone. But when you're buying warrants that are issued by the company and you're buying them in the open market, you're actually putting money into the company treasury. So you're actually supporting the company. So I think it's actually a good thing to buy warrants. But warrants have different clauses that common shares have. For example, they have strike prices. So for example, you may be forced to sell at a certain price, and they also have expiration dates. So at a certain point in time, they will expire. So you have to be careful when you're buying warrants, and you have to be aware of the expiration dates. You have to be aware of everything that's happening with the warrants. So they're a little bit more complicated, a little bit more confusing, but especially with Canadian companies, they like to use options and warrants as incentives for insiders. Don says, what's up? Market is up, but not pot. The pot stocks have had to come down. They've had to consolidate because companies like Canopy Growth, companies like Tilray are priced above their pay grade. They shouldn't be trading at the prices they're trading at. We've seen IIPR come down under 100 now. They are overvalued, overpriced, overexposed. These companies initially were going up on hype. Some of them have very tight share structures, very tight floats. That's why they went up. Now what's happening? The market makers, the shorters, institutional investors, insiders selling. It's a combination of all of it. It's driving the prices down. And what's happening is the revenue is growing for all of these companies and the prices are coming down. Soon, you're going to see the revenues be so high and the price be so low that they're undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed, and then you're going to see the prices start to skyrocket. That's the way the market works. Don says, that's true. I got the time, but I don't have the money. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you're not winning, you're not watching. I wanted to bring you guys Citation, Growth Corp. They're clearly doing very, very well. And let's take a look at the entire indices. Are we green or are we red? Once again, we are red in Canada. It doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. And if we look at the percentage gainers, Flower Corporation's having a nice day. Organogram's having a nice day. Invictus and TGOT are having nice days. Chiron is having a nice day. Canopy Rivers is green. And Ceneva's green. If we look at percentage decliners, MYM Nutraceuticals down big. Huge down. Hexo down again. Wow, Hexo just getting slaughtered. Vivo down 6%, Harvest One down 5%, Namaste down 4%, Canopy Growth down 4.7%. They were downgraded today. Balance Growworks down 3.8%. So you could see there is a lot of red again. Eventually, these companies will be undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed. They'll start to show profits. The revenues will consistently grow, and then you will see the sector explode. Because just like market makers want to make money on the way down, they also want to make money on the way up, believe me. And as you can see here, the market in America is actually green. Wow. My ESIG MCIG up 26%. One of the big winners today. Tilt jumping up 18%. They're not going to be able to stay down forever, making almost $40 million a quarter. Earth Science Technologies up 14%. GSRX up 13%. Vitality Biopharma up 10%. Ianthus having a nice day, up 8%. Cresco Labs having a nice day, up 7%. Let's take a look at some of the bigger players. Canada Royalty up 4%. Liberty Health Sciences up 5%. And if we look at the decliners, Caliterra Therapeutics down 18%. Maple Leaf Green World down 16%. American down 14%. So you can see some of the players that are down. TGIF down, TGIFF down 10%. GW Pharma down slightly. Curaleaf down slightly. Green Thumb up slightly. Harvest Health up slightly. Planet 13 is up slightly. CV Sciences up slightly. TrueLeaf up slightly. And let's take a look at CGRO one more time. Once again, Citation growth, Corp up 10% in Canada and 17% in America. Put it on your watch list, put it on your radar. If you like this video, smash the like button, comment down below, share the video everywhere, and remember, if you win and I win, we all win. Smash that like button, comment down below, share the video everywhere. Citation Growth Corp, a company that has a chance to make $1 billion a year or more in the future, still trading at 40 cents in Canada, 30 cents in America. This could be one that's actually undervalued based on where they're going. Just saying, always consult a financial advisor before you invest in anything we talk about here on Rich TV Live. Always invest in the best. The best is blessed. Everyone in Canada, have a great Thanksgiving. I wish everybody a great weekend. It's a Friday. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Have a fantastic weekend, everyone, in Canada, the United States, and everywhere in the world. It's been a tough week for cannabis stocks, but if you're an investor wanting to buy the best companies at the lowest prices, this is the best time since 2017 for a lot of stocks to get in. We are seeing the lowest prices, especially for companies like Aurora Cannabis. We're seeing the lowest prices we have seen since 2017 in a lot of stocks right now. So I always say buy in the red. This is a great time to load up. Buy low. As an investor, you want to buy low. Doesn't matter if it's gold. Doesn't matter if it's oil and gas. Doesn't matter if it's stocks. Doesn't matter if it's real estate. You want to buy low. Doesn't matter if it's Bitcoin. You want to buy low and you want to sell high. Right now, we on the low. I'm out. Peace. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Green gold. Remember, green gold. Green gold. Green gold.